Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, is it still wet and cold up there?
I just started getting wet and cold, actually. We were pretty good this weekend, up in the 70s, beautiful weather, and then today is the cold, wet coming.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll
And it
let
was
you.
most of the day until the evening.
You said what now?
It was a nice day for the most part today until the evening.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
getting the cold tomorrow.
yeah, we had clouds most of the morning and then a little bit cleared up and then went back to clouds. But
Oh,
yeah, it's not the worst.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you all get go on movie views.
Sure thing. So the movie I saw this weekend was a latest Netflix release. Was actually in the theaters earlier at the end of September, but it just came out this weekend, or just more recently, called Luckiest Girl Alive. And this is a film starring Mila Kunis based on a book of the same name. And it's a kind of a mystery thriller that follows this girl who is about to get married. She's kind of reimagined herself since high school and kind of done the kind of fake it till you make it thing. But lots of factors are coming up recently that relate to her time in high school when a few incidents happened. And so, as she's trying to navigate getting married or getting ready to get married, all these things come back to her from her high school and her past. And there's a lot of different factors, a lot of kind of intense things. So, I don't want to spoil it too much, but all those come bubbling up, and how she has to kind of resolve those issues in the past, and us as an audience get to see what happens, what was this traumatic incident, what triggered all these things that she keeps thinking about. And the film does a job where it kind of shows you her in the modern day and then flashing back to those incidents and going back and forth between her high school self and her current self as the story goes along. And I thought it was pretty good. It's definitely one of those intense movies. There's a lot going on. There is a lot of heavy subject matter involved in this, but Mila Kunis, which we haven't seen in a while, I feel like has done a great job in this film and really like ups the intensity and the complexities of her character. So definitely, it's a recommend, but it is one of those, be aware there's a lot of things going on, a lot of material. So if you're unsure about it, read a little bit about it online before you hop into it. But otherwise, yeah, this is a good one. And then besides that, I just been, catching up on shows. Andor still impresses. Abbott Elementary still doing great, and just kind of the sitcoms are back, so it's fun to get back into them.
I love Abbott Elementary, especially that principal. She is hilarious.
Exactly.
I love her.
Yeah.
So you know what I watched? I saw Halloween Ends. Jamie Lee Curtis, and it's the final film of the Halloween series that has been around for like a million years. Um, so I was wondering what they were going to do for the final Halloween movie. I have to say it was a little confusing, but at the same time, it was very different. They really took you around a bend and told a different kind of story to tell you the ending. And surprisingly enough, the underlying current, how they pulled it all together, the underlying current of all the Halloween films is about mental illness. And when it was framed and put together that way, it made me want to watch the series again. And of course, there are certain movies that are in between that you can just omit. So if you think about the first Halloween, the second Halloween, and you think about any of the ones that Jamie Lee Curtis was directly involved with, you can put all those together, and then you make it to the end, and then you can see the arc of the true story of Halloween. The other ones were just slasher movies, but the ones that she was involved in as it related to the Michael and Laurie storyline, you can see that mental wellness, that mental illness thread. I thought it was pretty decent. And I had to give a head nod to them for ending it the way that they ended it. I thought it was pretty decent. And something that we talked about in another segment about a certain individual and how can they be the way that they are with society the way that it is. And you cannot continue to be a negative influence if the community is not accepting. The community has to stand up and the community has to reject you in order for there to be a difference. And I'm not going to say too much more about the movie, but I thought it was a good watch and I thought it was a good ending to a series.
I started watching it because it came out on Peacock Thursday. I fell asleep on it, but it's not because it wasn't a good movie. I was just tired. But yeah, but I'm gonna watch it. I love scary movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course, I'm still watching Let the Right One In on Showtime, which is getting better, and Interview with the Vampire, which is getting better. And what else am I watching? There's a new, I forget the name of it. There's a new series on Amazon that I started watching. I think it's called Primus, and it's about a set of twins in high school and then their friends that are surrounding them, and they keep jumping back and forth in their high school years. So they're jumping 2 years in the past to present, and maybe I think the most years that they went in the past was 5, because they're trying to show you how the relationships mature as you get into high school and the different personalities and how they're transforming into these adults that they're going to be and how they all relate to each other. And it's pretty decent. And again, people may think, you're watching something about high school children, but children today aren't really children as we knew children to be. They're far more advanced than what a lot of adults like to think that they are. And this show is pretty good because it centers around identical twins, and they're very different, but they're identical. And one is trying to find his way with social anxiety, and the other one is realizing that he may want to transition, and how he's trying to cope with that, and hiding it down amongst the friends, and then how the friends interact with both of them related to the other friends that are involved in their circle. It's pretty interesting and it keeps me engaged. So I'm going to ride it out.
Nice.
Nice.
And then things that are good series that are on and I just have not tackled, and I have no good reason why I have not started watching them. Like, let's see, Lord of the Rings. I haven't really tackled. I think I watched maybe the first episode, and it's good. I'm not saying it's turning me off. I have to really sit there and concentrate on it because those things are very involved. Is that one in the House of Dragon? I have to really get involved because of the history and the legacy of the stories. You really owe it some attention in order to absorb it the proper way.
Yep. Yeah, you get lost easily too if you don't know what the heck's
Yes.
going on, but they talk so much.
Yeah. Oh, and finally, The Walking Dead is ending. Like, if it hadn't ended already, but it's ending probably like this week or next week, or very soon. We're in the last episodes, and I had stopped watching that a while ago, but that show's been on for like 1,000 years.
Yeah, I didn't know it still came on.
Oh yeah, it still comes on, and they have a spinoff called Fear of the Walking Dead,
Yeah,
which I started watching and subsequently stopped watching because it started boring me, but it's still around.
Well, I saw a movie Saturday. It's called The Curse of Bridge Hollow. It's on Netflix with
I want to see it. It looks stupid, but it looks funny.
oh, I thought you were laughing at me because of my reviews.
No. I was wondering if you saw this movie because I was like, this is up Steven's alley. But go ahead, I'll let you talk about it. It's a Marlon Wayans movie.
Marlon Wayans and Kelly Rowland are the parents. They moved from the city to this town, Bridge Hollow, for the dad. Marlon Wayans, he is a science teacher. So they moved to the new school, and that's why they moved out of there from Brooklyn. And so the real star of the movie is the daughter, because I think it's a teenage type movie, although there are some cousins in there. And so the town they move in celebrates Halloween like people celebrate Christmas. I mean, everything decorates, whatever. And it's like this. So the girl's playing an attic and she finds this treasure chest or some stuff or whatever. And so it brings all these ghosts to life. So all of the town's Halloween decorations come to life and attack the people. And so she has to figure out how, and her dad helps us. Marlon, he has a huge, he's big in the movie too. Kelly Rowland, she's the mom, but she's not in every scene, you know what I mean? But they have to determine how to find the spell to make everything go back to normal. But it's a good little movie. It's a good little movie, you know. It's something the family could watch, you know.
Yeah, and as Marlon Wayans, he's a science teacher, so he doesn't believe in all the Halloween. He doesn't do the decorations. He's like, this is all silly, and then things come to life, and yeah.
He doesn't believe in it because he's a science person.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. This is not true. And his daughter tells him, "Dad, because it makes sense to me, it's not happening. Look."
Yeah.
But it's a good little movie. It's only an hour and 30 minutes. Perfect for me. But yeah, it's just a good little, you know, holiday movie.
Yeah.
That's all. Anything coming down the pipeline?
Well, you talked about the movie I wanted to see next. So I'd have to take a look and see what else we got going on.
So I just found out maybe 2 hours ago that they are revisiting A Christmas Story, but it's modern day and Ralphie is an adult. And they're going to do that November 17th, and I think it's going to premiere on HBO.
I have it.
So, because HBO's involved, I know it's going to be quality, and the way that the way that the trailer goes is pretty much they're showing you like screenshots of the past movie, and they're giving you sound bites, and then they show an adult Ralphie, but they don't show him in his entirety. They show like a quarter of his face and him putting his glasses on and that smile, but he's clearly an adult. And then to a picture of him and his brother in the snow.
You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out.
So I'm suspecting that now Ralphie has his own family and he has to now deal with his own children. I wonder if those actors that played his parents are still alive.
I know.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I have to research that when I get off here.
Yeah.
And of course, Wakanda Forever. And I saw a trailer, and I do believe one of my favorite characters is going to be introduced in this movie, and it's Submariner. I do believe that was Submariner.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, they have new characters in this one.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, as always, thank you for letting us know what to spend our time and money on and whatnot. And have a great week.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Right back after this.